the Barely Literate present Tales Around the Campfire.
Dude, I'm kind of bummed because I was writing the script for this at the shop, at the other one, not my dad's shop. And like last time I wrote the script at the shop was with the reformatory at my dad's, and I got haunted, right?
Were you hoping that this time a little gray would just pop up?
Dude, I was hoping this time a little gray would show up, and it didn't.
Unfortunately for you, I was visited by some aliens recently.
Really?
Yeah, and because I'm such a cool guy, they gave me a gummy Krabby Patty that I have in my hands right now, and I'm going to enjoy.
Who came to visit?
What do you mean who came to visit? The Greys did.
The Greys?
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
My little homies. Yum.
What you got for the song of the week this week?
Please hold while I chew on my gummy Krabby Patty. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, bookworms and movie buffs, and our phantoms and friends.
And our fellow Terrans.
Oh, you had a whole intro. Just
went right into it. Muscle memory. I don't blame you. Honestly. I was just trying to make it work there.
Oh, and fellow Terrans, welcome back to another episode of Tales Around the Campfire. I'm not going to take the whole thing. Nick, why don't you start?
Hey guys, I'm Nick, your interstellar pilot for the evening, and joining me as always, strapped into the passenger seat, is my co-pilot.
Oh, am I saying my name?
Yeah, you're saying your name.
Okay, well, somebody who made the script, look what it says under Nick for the script.
Man, listen, alright, I'm not saying the scriptwriter is an idiot, I'm just saying he's me.
So he's an idiot.
Yes.
My name is Chris, everybody. In this episode, you can clearly see that it's going to go so smoothly.
It's going to be freaking, dude, I'm spraying WD-40 all over. I got grease ready. Not the regular, like, car grease, but the like, bacon grease. Throwing that bitch on there. It's going to get all sticky. And are you chewing on the label?
No. Gummy lettuce tastes weird.
Ugh.
It tastes like green apple.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah, I don't like green apple flavor.
Me neither, honestly. I just had like a pink lady apple kombucha earlier. The freaking booch.
Booch break.
Fucking booch.
There's a weird energy. Weird energy starting off.
You're sitting there eating a Krusty Krab, like gummy Krabby Patty.
What are we doing here today, Nick?
First of all right, so tonight we're coming from you. Need a paradigm shift right now.
Listen, buddy. Do you need a black hole?
Oh, please don't please. Oh, you're going for the belly button. I thought you were going for the back hole.
Oh, hold on. Oh, man. Talk about a shining star in the night sky. Oh, it's a full moon. Funny.
Fucking dork, dude. Let me get on with this. Anyway, sorry for Chris interrupting so much, but tonight we're coming from you from the stars. Coming to you from the stars. I gotta zoom in on this shit.
You're going deaf and blind. Man, at this point, I don't even know.
Tonight we're coming to you from the stars above. We were so inspired by the movie Project Hail Mary that we decided to retrofit a Honda Civic into a starcraft and head into the stars ourselves.
Why not a Toyota Tacoma?
I was thinking about a Tacoma, but the Honda Civic's so easy to modify.
Well, are you saying the Tacoma's not a nice car?
I'm not saying it's not a nice car. Just saying.
Why is that? Why is Christian Bale in an interview like such a vocal stim for me?
I forgot that that's Christian Bale that says that. Now, we've only been here for about a week, but we've already run into a surprising number of different alien species. So we decided to put together a field guide for any would-be travelers on who exactly they might encounter while drifting through the ever-expanding cosmic frontier. Just a brief warning, all the information we're about to give you is all speculation, mostly because we don't have much in a way of official documentation. So bear with us.
Official documentation.
Everybody knows the government is.
Yeah, the man won't fucking say anything. Yeah, okay. The man won't let us, review the tapes. God, I'm so glad I live alone. All right.
So if you're somehow still unfamiliar with what aliens actually are, let us educate you on our mysterious neighbors from the stars.
So all jokes aside, because for some reason there's this little guy that keeps interrupting us, I think it might be a gray. I'm kind of excited that you've decided to take on a new, almost like mini series in our Tales Around the Campfire, like larger encompassing series, because there's a lot of aliens to go through, and I kind of hope you're gonna touch on the Chimera at some point, so that's gonna be fun.
Ooh, that'd be sick. Extraterrestrial beings or aliens are simply just life forms from another planet. We're not talking illegal aliens that the Reds are talking about, but
The Reds.
We're talking about we're talking about the ones from space, okay? But while everyone knows the classic little green men, the list of species people claim to have encountered is actually pretty huge. You've got the Pleiadians, who are said to look almost human. They have like a Nordic vibe to them, just like super tall and like just usually white with like blonde hair. Like I would compare them to Vikings in a way, like the really nice looking Vikings.
These are okay. I've never heard of these. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. If you ever listened to last podcast on the left, the amount of times I've heard Henry say like Pleiadians or Draconians is like I lost count.
Draconian.
Speaking of Draconians, those are the next ones, which are basically upright, terrifying reptiles. That's who's in our government, essentially. And then there's the theory that some of our most famous cryptids are actually aliens. I'm talking about our boy Mothman.
Ooh, Mothman. Now, there is a theory that Bigfoot is an alien.
Yeah. What was that theory that there's like two versions of Bigfoot and they were both put here by aliens?
I don't necessarily like the alien Bigfoot theory. That's just my take on it. Mothman could be an alien, but I like his more paranormal rather than like natural type of background where, there's like a Mothman theory that he's a harbinger of death, but like not a bad one. He's like a warning sign.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily like that he's an alien. That's not my vibe.
It's kind of like how Bigfoot is kind of any Bigfoot sighting is kind of a sign that humans are stretching too far. They need to reel it back.
And you can hear more about that in our Bigfoot episode.
Hell yeah. But it's definitely a rabbit hole you could fall deep into.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you have the basics down and a taste of who's out there, we're going to dive deep into the species that started it all. The most famous ETs in history, the Greys.
The Greys. And guys, if you haven't seen the movie, I actually haven't. ET means extraterrestrial. Ahaha.
Yes. Also, you should go watch, what's it, Paul?
I have not seen Paul.
Yeah, Paul is about like a gray that voiced by Seth Rogen.
I love Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Yeah. It's a funny movie. I watched it recently.
Paul's right up my alley.
So the Greys, also known as Roswell Greys or Zeta Reticulans, are by far the most famous alien species on the planet.
Wait. That's not true.
What?
That's not true at all. They're not on planet.
Oh! You got me there.
Shit! Dumbass!
Oh! Shit!
I just fucking clowned him on his own script.
Honestly, if you ask anyone to draw an alien, this is exactly what they're going to sketch.
Oh yeah, I can't think of any other alien to draw besides this thing.
Before I go into a physical description, just think,
just picture an alien.
Just think Roger from American Dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
In the majority of UFO cases, the Greys are described as short, thin humanoids with hairless skin that ranges from a dull gray to a weird sandy beige. They have these conspicuously large craniums that look almost too heavy for their small bodies, kind of like me growing up.
Yeah, you had a big ass dome.
I had a big, I barely grew into it too.
Bro, I like legit. across the street, I could egg you so hard.
Yeah, dude, easy target.
And you sweat so much, the shit would fry instantly.
Their eyes are massive black and almond shaped, and their faces are almost completely blank, just a pair of small slits where the nose should be, and a tiny expressionless mouth. So kind of like Voldemort with the nose thing there.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have like any exterior features like a nose, ears, eyebrows.
Think of a blank pop figure. Like a just a white pop, no, a gray pop figure that has no expression except for the black eyes. Black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Those eyes can be in your head.
Those dead shark eyes.
Their fingers are usually described as long and extremely dexterous, and their bodies are proportionally small. But the detail that really sticks with people isn't just what they see, it's what they smell.
What?
Yeah, both abductees and crash recovery crews have frequently reported a putrid, overpowering odor of something like ammonia.
You should have had a jump scare warning for me because I scrolled down and he just threw a picture of like a really, like almost a boomer selfie alien. Like,
think of Michael Jackson without the wig.
Yo. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Love you, MJ.
You want to come on my ship? Okay, so ammonia. What are you thinking that would smell like ammonia? Because doesn't space technically have a smell?
I think space does technically have a smell. We can't smell it, obviously, but like it's gotta be something. Like you gotta throw equipment out there and then bring it back and give it a whiff.
Astronauts consistently report that outer space has a distinct pungent smell clinging to their suits and tools after spacewalks, frequently described as a mixture of seared steak, hot metal, and welding fumes. Maybe that's like that alien smell. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue they don't need spacesuits in space.
Aliens?
Yeah.
I'd make a different argument.
Yeah?
Yeah, because aliens aren't like, they're not, what is it called? Citizens of space. They're citizens of whatever planet they're on. So they would have to grow up with that atmosphere, whereas in space there is no atmosphere. And I don't think that they would survive that.
That's fair enough. It's got to be a similar atmosphere to ours if they can survive on our planet without any space gear.
That's also true. You just crushed your own theory there.
Yeah. I really did. Now, if you're sitting there wondering what a conversation with a gray would actually sound like, well, think hard, because these guys communicate exclusively through telepathy.
There's no like...
Some sources even suggest they don't even have physical capability to speak at all. They're missing teeth, tongues, and even vocal cords. And it really makes you wonder what that little mouth is even for. That sounded way too horny. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Why were you trying to bait me into that, bro? I'm not about that life.
I was writing this. I was like, yeah. And then I'm reading it. I'm like, oh.
No. What can that mouth do?
Yeah, right?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like the noses are a little... The slits are like, can't really... It's like when you do the smoking test at school to deter you. They're like, oh, breathe through a coffee stirrer. And then you're like... And you're suffocating. That it's kind of like, oh, that seems what a nose is for an alien.
I would argue that, like, when they breathe in through their little slits, that the slits, like, expand a little bit.
Like in a cartoon where somebody's taking in a pie on the windowsill and he goes... And like your nose just... Listen, we need you people to take this, barely literate guide to the galaxy seriously.
Very seriously.
Because somebody has to.
But here's a little fun fact for you. Grays actually make up for over 40% of all reported alien encounters. And honestly, that percentage starts to make a lot of sense once you realize what these little gray bastards get up to in their spare time.
I have not a problem with that, but I kind of do have a problem with that because I'm not going to appease the masses and be like, oh, I'm all about the grays and stuff like that. I want to bring some, that's the same way I am with ghosts. I do believe, but I need the evidence there.
Yeah.
My thing is that I think that number exists because that is the most famous version of an alien. And that's the only thing that people can think of. Have you been to fucking New Mexico? They're not doing anything over there. Like, all they got is time.
That's a good point. That could be all just like hoaxes, just to spread a rumor. You're bored in New Mexico? All you got is meth and aliens.
Legit. And like, what else are you supposed to come up with when you're, hopped up on meth? Gray. Like, the gray is the only thing in your mind at that point, because when you look at your buddy and he's down in the last slice of pizza and he's getting to that crust, his mouth is getting a little small and the head is getting larger. So you're just like, that's the fucking alien right there.
Chris, stop describing me eating pizza.
Listen, I don't know why you like eat crust like a Lego man.
Okay, all right. It's just, I don't like it too much. And so I gotta really...
You even hold it like this.
It's the texture.
It's the texture. Man, that's why you don't order Domino's, is because they put that thing on the crust, the seasoning. You're like, I don't like it.
Nah, yeah. I just like eat the pizza and throw the crust at Maya. Fucking fastball it to her forehead.
Like McCain in the cage. Eat!
Now, the thing you have to understand about the Greys is that they have this odd, almost clinical fascination with humans. They're usually the prime suspects when it comes to abductions. Most of the time, they take sleeping victims right out of their bed, whisking them away to strange, horrifying places for experimentation.
Listen, I'd like to see them fucking try.
What do you mean?
I don't sleep.
Oh, that's fair.
They come in through my window, trying to abduct me, probe me. Man, at that point, I'll get freaky with it. I'll make them wish they want to return me. I don't have a receipt.
You won't remember anything, dude.
Oh, I'll remember, because I never forget. I'll have it burned into my memory. They put a little barcode on the right ass cheek and be like, all right, we already did that one. They're like, yeah, do it again. Come on, BOGO, let's go.
Cattle. like the little cattle tag.
Yeah, they stick it on me. Yeah!
Moo! Moo! Why is this human mooing?
I'm your little dairy cow.
Most of the time, these experiences are completely wiped from the victim's memory. They wake up back in their own beds, or sometimes in a random field nearby, thinking it was just a weird dream. You have a lot of weird dreams.
What happened? I do have a lot of weird dreams. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Aliens. That's what's wrong with you.
Maybe I just like have an odd connection to my other like dimensions self.
Alternate dimensions.
Yeah, like I have that power which allows me to like dream walk, like SpongeBob in that one episode. And every night I just visit another me and they're living a better life apparently.
Yep. One of you is getting married and Maddie Matheson is catering your wedding.
Yeah, and for some reason Jacob Elordi won't tell me how tall he is.
He's keeping that one under wraps, dude. He's like slouching a little bit so you can't gauge it.
I don't understand what his problem is. I'm in the elevator with Jacob Elordi, and I look at him and I just simply ask him the question, "Hey Jacob, how tall are you?" We're already in the elevator together. There's a bit of a rapport. Why not just tell me?
Right. But no, he's keeping secrets.
Why you gotta be a dick?
Yep. Well, what do you say when you asked him how tall he was?
He asked me how tall I was. I was like, "Hey Jacob, how tall are you?" He goes, "I don't know. How tall are you?" And I'm like, I don't know. How tall are you? He's like, "I don't know. How tall are you?" I'm like, dude, I'm asking you the question. Fucking answer me. What are you doing? We're going to the same floor. Like, you're stuck in here with me. Why are you acting like this?
It's a closely guarded secret, man. You got to understand that.
Google says 6'7". Just saying.
6'7".
Okay. That's what woke me up.
Even if the victim can't remember what happened, their bodies usually do. Physical reminders are often left behind as evidence of the encounter. We're talking bruising, surgical styles, incisions, and puncture wounds, or even those mysterious triangular burns. It's a grim reality that proves what they experienced wasn't just a nightmare. It was actually happening. But if you want a more concrete tale, you just have to look back over 60 years to the most famous case of alien abduction in history.
Now, I'm going to give you homework after this. There is a movie called, I think it's like Fire in the Sky or something like that. And it has probably one of the most graphic alien abduction scenes ever.
Ooh.
And it's fucking, it's like scary.
I gotta check that out. What's it? Oh, you'll send it to me after.
Yeah, just remind me. If anybody has seen Fire in the Sky, you know exactly what scene I'm talking about.
On the night of September 19th, 1961, Betty and Barney Hill, along with their dog Delcy, were returning home from a road trip through Canada. Everything was normal until Betty noticed a mysterious light outside her window. She tried to point it out to Barney, but he just brushed it off as a satellite, veering off course.
Okay, how close does the satellite have to be?
That's what I was thinking.
Listen, Barney, why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be a Jacob Elordi?
Yeah, he's just completely like, he wants to live in ignorance.
Hun, do you see that satellite over there?
No, honey, do you see a satellite over there?
No, I think it might be an alien.
Are you sure about what?
Well, this is 1961. What the fuck is an alien?
I don't know, but it's a big bright light coming towards me. I think it might be the Mounties.
Because, they're like coming back from Canada and the Mounties.
That's true, that's true.
You know what? They probably stole some syrup. Yeah, they don't fuck around.
It's a huge, syrup smuggling operation going on.
Listen, how do you think they make those maple cookies?
That's true.
Those things are strong.
They eventually stopped the car, and the couple took turns watching the light through Barney's binoculars. It wasn't just drifting. It was flying across the sky in these erratic, unpredictable patterns. They got back in the car and tried to keep moving, but the light started getting closer, literally stalking them down Route 3. That's gotta be scary. Like, imagine seeing a tiny sun just following you down the road.
This is eerily similar to the very famous Mothman encounter, like one of the first Mothman encounters.
You gotta do an episode on Mothman, because I gotta hear about this.
I do. You know what? You want me to give you a little snippet right now? It was
Give me a little sneak peek.
So I think it's like the first, other than the Silver Bridge collapse in West Virginia, one of the first Mothman encounters is, I think it was two couples in a car, and one of them was driving, and ahead of her, I think it was one of the girls, she saw two pairs of like huge glowing eyes and then like the Mothman body in front of them. And she was like, what the fuck is that? And she punched the gas, hauled it, and then she was speeding down this highway. She ended up looking back, either behind them or up. The eyes were matching the speed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell no.
They were like following the car.
That is literally kind of one of my worst fears of driving at night, is looking into the mirror and seeing something that I do not want to see.
Yeah, no, there's like a lot of urban myths where it's like, always check your back seat, always check under the car, well, like all that stuff. I remember hearing this one thing. I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I'm sure some psycho has done this in the past, where it's like you get out of the car because your car ran out of gas in the gas station, and when you park the car, you sit there for a little bit and you get out. This guy's hiding under your car. He slices your Achilles tendon and you fall and you can't run away. And there's nobody there in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Finally, they pulled over to a picnic area near Cannon Mountain. Barney grabbed the binoculars again, and I was going to go full accent this time. And this time, he watched the light swing around and head straight for them. He described the craft as an enormous disc with two fin-like wings on either side, each with a flashing red light. Around the perimeter were windows lit from within by a blinding white light. Now, why would they need red lights on the fins? Because that's usually an airplane thing.
Okay, so I'm picturing the disc, right?
Yeah.
Like the classic UFO, disc, little bubble, all that. With the fins, do you think it's coming out like the B-2 bomber like this? Or do you think the fins are like on the 1950s cars where they're straight up?
You know what? This is, it's straight up. I should have added the picture because they did do an illustration of this.
Ooh. I always like when the eyewitnesses provide some sort of context and illustration. Oh, that is so 1960s.
Yeah.
Artist Ben Neal's conception of what Barney Hill of Portsmouth, New Hampshire may have seen through binoculars on the night of September 20th, 1961. So if you guys can't imagine what we're thinking, think of if you took comic accurate Thor's helmet, sliced off the dome, and didn't have the ear flaps, and that's it.
No, I got one to think of that first Flash helmet, like the OG Flash.
Yeah. His name is Jay Garrick.
Yeah. With a sickening feeling that they were being hunted, Barney yelled for Betty to get back in the car, and they tore down the road. But suddenly, these strange vibrations started shaking the entire car. Electronic beeping began to fill their ears, and as a strange tingling sensation spread through their bodies, they just fell into a daze.
Listen, maybe I will let them abduct me if they can force me to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Dude, Guys, I got a colonoscopy a couple of years ago, right? And I woke up from this. It was the best sleep I've ever gotten, and I begged for them to put me under again. Because I'm like, I need this nap.
You're gonna get like addicted to those like anesthetics, like the mild ones, just so you can finally fall asleep.
And I'm a little upset that they didn't do the countdown for me because I wanted to fight it so badly to see how long I would win.
You should have done it for yourself. You're like, all right, I'm gonna start counting. Oh, fuck.
Well, they didn't tell me when they were putting it in me. That's the thing. So, like, I wanted to... They're like, all right, we're going to do it now. And so I was like, okay, put the timer on. I want to see, because I saw Steve-O. Steve-O and his buddy used to force themselves under anesthetic to, like, see who would win. And I was like, I want to do it.
So dangerous.
I want to do it. Why not?
When they heard the beeping again, they snapped out of it. They were still driving down the highway, but they were now 35 miles south of Cannon Mountain. And neither of them had any clue how they got in there.
That's probably the scariest thing for me is like...
Losing time like that?
Well, losing time like that, yeah, but also like not waking up in a way that you would normally wake up. Because it's what you're saying is like, they're actively driving.
And they just regain consciousness.
Like, how? Are they in a daze? Are they unconscious? Like,
if I were to describe it in any way, it's kind of like if your body is still like doing the muscle memory. It's like an autopilot, but your brain is somewhere else. But you're still driving safely on the road. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. Nothing about that is being safe.
That doesn't happen to you?
What are you talking about?
Where like... Dude, I'll be driving and I'll just go into autopilot. I'm just talking. I'm thinking about other stuff, and I'm not like actively paying attention to the road. Like I'm not like actively driving.
That's different. You're still awake.
Yeah.
This is not.
No, yeah. I'm not talking about like I fall asleep on the road, but I'm still able to drive.
No.
But like it's like your mind's somewhere else. You're still driving, and then you like eventually like kind of snap out of it, and you realize, oh, I'm like 2 minutes away from home. How'd I get here?
I guess.
Kind of like that, but this is the extreme, you know?
We're not getting abducted by aliens.
Yeah. They finally pulled into their driveway at 5 a.m., even though they were supposed to arrive at 3 o'clock at the latest. 2 hours were just gone. But the missing time wasn't the only thing that they couldn't explain. Both of their watches had completely stopped working, and the leather strap for Barney's binoculars were sliced completely in half.
What the hell?
Yup. Like it was cut off of him.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, meth in New Mexico.
Meth. Now, the couple didn't want to sound crazy, so they initially decided to keep the whole thing a secret. But the agreement lasted about 2 days. Betty eventually decided to notify the officials, calling Pease Air Force Base in Portsmouth. She gave a brief description of the craft, but left out the men and the beeping sounds. Surprisingly, the officer was actually reassuring. He mentioned other people had made similar reports. He ended up interviewing the Hills several more times over the following week. I'd be kind of worried if the Air Force was suddenly interested in the story I got.
Well, what's crazy is when I skimmed the script, I'm surprised you never mentioned the like famous Air Force pilot that had an alien encounter and then just like, I think he like disappeared or some shit like that.
Oh, I gotta read up on that.
Okay, so the story is of an Australian pilot who disappeared over the Bass Strait. This happened in October of 1978. The guy's name was Frederick Valentich. And apparently there's transmission of this, like actual recording, where he was stating he informed Melbourne Air Traffic Control that he was being accompanied by an aircraft about 1,000 feet above him, and that his engine had begun to oddly like run very weirdly. He reported a strange large craft with the green lights hovering over his Cessna? I think it's a Cessna, right?
Cessna?
Yeah, like the type of plane. I don't know.
Not sure.
And his final transmission included the phrase, "It is hovering and it's not an aircraft," followed by 17 seconds of silence described as a metallic scraping sound. And he was never found.
Oh, shit. Do you think that's what happened to Amelia Earhart?
I personally like the eaten by coconut crabs.
Oh, fuck.
Not like I enjoy that theory, but that's to me, that seems like...
It seems the most feasible.
Yeah, have you seen coconut crabs? They're huge.
Yeah, they are pretty fucking big.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
imagine that at a seafood boil.
They don't look tasty to me.
Oh, okay. All right. Coward. But even though the Air Force was looking into it, the trauma started to surface. 10 days later, Betty began having recurring nightmares of intelligent humanoid figures taking her and Barney aboard a ship for medical experiments. The nightmares only lasted 5 days, but they left her with severe anxiety.
5 days is weird.
Yeah, only for 5 days, and it started 10 days after the report, I think.
So, are we putting on the like absolute absurdist conspiracy theorist hat right now? Or are we trying to maintain some semblance of rationality?
Oh no, we're going full balls to the wall here.
What if they put in a transmission device into her brain?
I would believe it. There are reports that I've seen where people have claimed to get abducted by aliens and they found a weird foreign object inside of them.
I have seen those. It's like a piece of rice or something, like a metal something.
Like something very small, but it's implanted inside.
Yeah. I have heard of that.
Barney didn't leave the incident behind unscathed either. By the summer of 1962, Barney's health took a nosedive. High blood pressure, ulcers, and extreme anxiety. When he finally sought therapy, he was reluctant to bring up the UFO. He didn't think it was related. But once he opened up about the amnesia, his therapist urged him to see a specialist in hypnotherapy. Would you try hypnotherapy?
I don't know.
I think I would try, want to.
I'm not of the mindset of hypnosis, I feel.
I have a theory that people with ADHD or autism are like immune somehow.
I would definitely try sensory deprivation.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because there was this one Good Mythical Morning episode. This is I think this might be like more than 10 years old at this point, where they did sensory deprivation. And I mean, to be clear, like they had to strip completely naked, and they got into a tank where there was like 3 inches of water, and you just lied on your back, just in darkness. Complete darkness, no sound, no nothing, and you laid there. And I think Rhett said that he might have been hallucinating. They both came out like really weird afterwards, like crazily weird.
I feel like sensory deprivation, like you should be floating in the water, not just like sitting in 3 inches.
I don't know. I feel like it might be like a safety thing. I don't know.
In December 1963, the Hills began their sessions. To make sure they didn't influence each other's stories, the doctor had them go through hypnosis separately. Barney went first. Under hypnosis, he recalled seeing those figures with the large heads and pointed chins. He said their eyes seemed to communicate telepathically, telling him not to be afraid. He remembered being dragged onto the ship with his eyes glued shut, only opening them when he was on the exam table. He stayed perfectly still while they poked and prodded him, thinking if he didn't resist, they wouldn't harm him.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I want to know where the anal probing came from.
Yeah, me too. It had to be some guy got pegged. He's like, I can't tell anybody about this.
Where in the hell did that become the stereotype?
I don't know. Because like they had him lay on his side and they probed him, but they probed him through his belly button.
The belly button doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, so like they poked through it.
Oh, okay. Well, they didn't just like stick something in there.
Yeah. Now it gets weirder. Betty's story was almost identical, but unlike Barney, she kept her eyes open. She even spoke to one of them, the leader, who had a strange accent. This kind of goes against what we said earlier, where they communicate purely telepathically. But this is just Betty's. This is just Betty's experience.
I need the aliens to probe you super quickly to like fix whatever communication issues are occurring.
There ain't no fixing this. He told her she wouldn't be harmed. She watched as a doctor scraped her skin with something that looked like a letter opener and collecting the like skin shavings.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah, you like with your feet, right?
Dude, it's like parm. It's like fresh grated Parmesan. Nutty.
I was filing my nails at work and
your fingernails.
Yeah.
I was like, you crack those bad boys out, you throw them up on the machine, and you start filing your toenails.
I was like filing my nails at work, and I was talking to my coworkers at the same time, and I was just going, "You guys want some Nick Parmesan?"
Oh my god! I don't know what would be the HR violation, you asking that, or if one of them opened their mouth and went, ah.
Like, put it on my spaghetti. But the real kicker happened after the exam. Betty asked the leader where he was from, and in response, he showed her a star map. He also showed her a book filled with symbols she'd never seen. She actually asked to keep the book as proof, and the leader almost let her, but then changed his mind. He told her that it would be better if she just forgot everything she saw that night.
I have no commentary to put in where you say whatever commentary. Because, one, if I were the alien and I were probing you, and you asked me for proof, I wouldn't entertain that idea.
Yeah, no, this alien was definitely like, yeah, sure. And then, it's like, one of his buddies was probably like telepathing, like,
He's like,
what
hey,
the fuck are you doing right now? And he was like, oh, you know what? Yeah. It's like if I was the person, the alien she was talking to, and I was like, I don't see why not. And then you just like beamed a message into my head like, no, don't do that.
What are you doing? Don't give them our socials. What?
You want both of our socials? Chris? No? Okay.
No. Stop it.
Now, Dr. Simon, the guy running the hypnosis, wasn't totally convinced.
Dr. Simon's an alien.
Yeah. He was positive the Hills had suffered a real traumatic event, but he didn't necessarily buy the alien part of the story. He theorized that Betty's nightmares might have bled into their memories, creating what we call false memories, which I think is total cock-out bullshit. They're like false memories. Come on.
I disagree with that.
Yeah?
You can convince yourself of anything.
That's true.
If you truly believe like anything, you can convince yourself it happened.
The mind is very powerful.
Oh yeah, like I would not deny a false memory thing because listen, half the time where I'm like, yo, dude, do you remember this happened? Blah, blah, blah. You're like, no, that never happened. And I like pull up actual photo proof. You're like, oh, what the fuck?
That's just me forgetting shit.
Exactly.
It's not a false memory. That's the absence of memory.
I would argue that it's identical, different plane because you're like, that never happened. You probably made up some different thing in your head of what happened at that same time.
I think it really depends on the situation.
I'm telling you, you poured Wingstop ranch on my toes and licked them off.
I remember that. I'm not denying that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, find another example, idiot.
That was a really nice night. I'm glad you remember that. We shared a moment.
Under hypnosis, your brain is super open to suggestion, and it can be almost impossible to tell the difference between a real event and a vivid fantasy.
What are these pictures? These look like the first memes.
This is like
The guy on top looks like a snake wearing a French beret.
It does. No, oh wait. Like what's that one hat like Irish people wear?
He's like sucky blue. And then the guy below is just Voldemort.
He's just like, come on. You know what that is? No, you know what that looks like? That looks like your drawing of Emperor Palpatine when we were playing Gartic Phone. But even with the warning that their memories might be false, Benny and Barney Hill felt a huge relief. They finally had the answers for those missing 2 hours, and even if that answer seemed impossible, they planned to keep it quiet, only telling family and friends. But that plane got blown out of the water when the Boston Traveler leaked the story.
And I wonder who leaked the story to the Boston Traveler.
Probably some like family member Betty.
Yeah, no, fuck them. Like, I don't trust my family with anything. I barely trust anybody else with anything. I wouldn't tell you this story if I got abducted.
Especially those like family members that love the gossip.
Everybody. My entire family.
Bunch of full-time chismosos. The public went absolutely bonkers. This was the peak of the space craze, and everyone was suddenly obsessed with the idea of malevolent aliens. People started combing through every detail for proof, and one amateur astronomer, Marjorie Fish, actually spent years building a 3D model of the star map Betty described. She eventually concluded that Betty was shown a map of Zeta Reticuli, a star system 39 light years away. The skeptics had their own theories. Some said the Hills were just sleep deprived and mistook the planet Jupiter for a spaceship, which is no.
It's a dot. On a good night, it's a dot.
Yeah. I think I saw Jupiter at some point recently. I don't know if it was visible, but it was a very bright light in the sky. It was just like a bright star.
Yeah.
Others pointed to the extreme stress the couple was under. You have to remember, this was the early 1960s, and they were an interracial couple living through some of the most tense years of the civil rights movement. Some historians argue that the social pressure and racism they faced pushed them towards these fringe experiences as a way to cope with the world that was already hostile toward them.
Yeah. We just looked up a picture of the star map, and when coming across them, I was like, oh, they're an interracial couple, 1960s. I'm like, they're going through a lot at this point.
Yeah. At the same time, what kind of fringe experience is going to lead you to find, running into a UFO with that much detail?
That's where I'm kind of like, that doesn't make sense to me. I understand the fact that they're living in this tumultuous time, and they may, on the stretch, that they are making shit up to cope. This is weird shit.
Yeah.
This is weird and specific shit.
And they're too old to be doing the whole summer of love either, so they're not on drugs.
Dude, the summer of love, I feel like anybody was getting in on that.
If I had a time machine, I'd save Selena, and I would go to the summer of love.
And then you could go to the ultraviolet 70s and get hacked to death.
Why?
I don't know, just hit every decade, see what shakes. Why not? You got the time machine. It's like the pop century at Disney World. Just stay in every decade.
I want to know what you guys think. Was this just a result of a sleep-deprived night on a dark highway? Or do you think the hills were really the first documented encounter with the Greys?
Aliens are such a hard thing to prove, other than, the Pentagon releasing UFO files a couple of years ago? They dropped that bomb on us. No prelude to hey, we're releasing this. They were just bam, footage.
Oh, that's them trying to distract us, brother. All right, you gotta realize when the government starts acknowledging that aliens exist, they're up to some fuck shit. Because they don't want you. They want you to focus on the aliens and not what they're actually doing.
Alien encounters are just such a weird thing for me. It's not that I don't believe in aliens. I believe in aliens. I think it's bullshit that we, in an ever-expanding universe, I think it is bullshit that we are the only life.
No, really.
We've already proven that there was water on Mars.
I bring it up to lots of my dad about aliens, and he's super religious dude. It's nah, aliens are the work of the devil, and I'm like, what?
Are you dead ass? Are you actually dead ass?
I'm serious. He has said this to me
recently, or when you were a kid.
No, recently. Well, I'm an adult. When we're working, and I'm bringing up alien stuff.
All right. Okay. Whatever.
But it's hard to say whether you're a total skeptic or an I want to believe veteran. You can't deny that this incident changed everything. It left a lasting impact on the legacy of alien conspiracies and basically gave us the blueprint for what we now call a gray. Yeah. Chris wants to believe. I want to believe. I have a mug that says that.
I have a Mothman sticker on my bottle that says I want to believe, and it has a little cute chibi Mothman on there. And then I have another Mothman sticker of him holding a briefcase and wearing a tie that says lurking 9 to 5. And then I have another Mothman sticker that says Mothman is my boyfriend.
We got that one together at Black Cat.
One of my favorite ones is the bumper stickers that go Mothman ate my entire ass at a Denny's.
We gotta get you one of those.
I know.
Whether you believe the Hill story or not, you have to realize that the Greys didn't just stay in the 1960s. They moved into our movies, our nightmares, and our pop culture until they became the standard look for the alien. Before 1961, people were drawing little green men with antennas, and after the Hills, the world shifted to these pale, silent, almond-eyed researchers.
I kind of like the little green guys with antennas.
I like the little green guys, but they're too cute, man. The Greys are out there, and they're the truth.
What if there's two? There's multiple. Alien species are infinite.
They are. It's just Greys are getting the most attention, but wait until we get to the Draconians later on, because people know about those bastards too.
Is that episode 2?
Maybe. But their legacy is everywhere. They are the face of the Roswell legend. They are the stars of the Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the X-Files, and Signs. And they've even become a bit of a meme. There's a deeper legacy here too. The Greys changed how we think about the universe. They moved us away from the invading monsters of the 1950s sci-fi and replaced them with something much more unsettling. the interstellar scientist.
I'm a little bit pissed off you didn't mention Roswell. Is that going to be its own episode?
Yeah, I felt like we didn't really have time to really dive deep into that one. I might do another part of the Greys just to like expand the lore more.
I would say Roswell is like, to me, Roswell is much more well known than the Betty and Barney Hills.
Yeah, maybe I'll do another part for Greys just to go deeper into the to their lore, their different sightings, because there's another kind of sighting internet thing that I saw that was really interesting, but I didn't know how to fit that into the script.
Do you remember, again, recent years when there was like this huge thing in Miami about the aliens? We talked about this.
Yeah, there's like no other footage out there. Like, people just forgot. The Greys represent our fear of the unknown and our suspicion of our own government. They are the centerpiece of the great cover-up theory and the idea that somewhere in the basement in Nevada, there's a deal being made between us and them. They aren't just aliens anymore. They're a symbol of everything we aren't being told.
You think we've got to deal with the aliens at Area 51?
I don't think we got to deal with... well, there's theories that we have a deal with the Greys and that the government allows the Greys to abduct human citizens and animals to perform experiments. But there's other theories that there's, draconians in the government and that they secretly control everything.
The Slee Stack.
The Slee Stack?
Yeah, you ever heard of the Slee Stack? They're lizard people.
Oh, okay. But we don't have time or the fuel in this Honda to get into every single sighting of the Greys tonight.
I'm telling you, we should have gotten the Toyota.
But it leaves us with the ultimate question. Do you actually believe? Look, there's always going to be a speculation and official denials, but in my personal opinion, and I'm pretty sure my co-pilot here would agree, they're definitely out there.
I think so. I think so in the way and not in the way that we are thinking. Alien can literally mean a tiny, like, bacterial organism.
Yeah.
Because it is something not from this planet.
There's definitely alien life, like microbial beings and other planets, but, the ones that people are scared about, I'm very interested, I would love to meet them, are the intelligent aliens.
You're just trying to bang an alien.
No, I'm not. What are you talking about? Come on.
You see, man, you just hope Twi'leks are real.
Oh, yeah. But we want to know what you guys think. Was the Betty and Barney Hill incident enough to make move the needle for you? Or are you waiting for the Grey to land in your own front yard?
I gotta ask you, have you had an alien encounter? Have you seen anything?
There was a time I thought I saw something. The skies of Cleveland, like the downtown skyline, was glowing purple one night, and I was like freaking out. I still have videos of it. I was freaking out. Turns out it's just a botanical garden. They were having a light show. I was pissed. Have you had an alien encounter?
I have not. I can firmly say that I don't think... Because aliens aren't something that I actively search. Again, it's like... I think it's cool. I love aliens. I just don't actively search for them. Ghosts, on the other hand, that's a different story. I mean, we all know that.
I have a theory that aliens only interact with like humans that don't believe in them. I don't know. It seems like they always go after people that don't believe, and then they turn into like huge believers. But anyway, this brings us back. This brings us to the end of tonight's episode of Tales Around the Campfire. But definitely stick around with us. We've got a lot more cosmic ground to cover, more species to encounter, and more mysteries to unwrap.
Just like this microwave burrito I got from the intergalactic Wawa.
Hell yeah. Dude, you should have seen the Circle K I saw in Jupiter. Dude, the bathrooms in there.
I left a black hole in that toilet.
We're going to keep diving deeper into the unknown until we finally prove once and for all that we are not alone in the universe. In the meantime, keep your eyes on the stars and your ears to the ground.
And that is all he wrote for this one, ladies and gentlefish, boys and ghouls, bookworms and movie buffs, and our cosmic travelers. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to give us a follow and rate us. We can actually do this 5 stars on Spotify. As a reminder, we release a new episode every Monday. You can find the show available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So feel free to enjoy wherever your dying star of a heart desires.
And feel free to follow our Instagram and TikTok at Barely Literate BMC, as well as our new subreddit at r/Barely Literate BMC, where you can keep up to date with newly released episodes and some dumb fun that will make you wonder why you love us.
Oh yeah, I love us. Additionally, if you're lazy like me and definitely like Nick, you can find all of our social links down in the description below. Things like our Instagrams, our Twitch channels, and the website, and the TikTok. Everything is already there for you guys. Simple, easy, clean, fun, crisp and clean, no caffeine.
Yeah, oh, I love caffeine. Finally, just a reminder that we would love to hear your recommendations on books to read, movies to watch, and spooky, scary tales to tell around the campfire. So don't be shy and DM your favorite guys.
And with that being said, we wish you a fair adieu, and we will see you next time.
Stay hard, stay wet, and stay out of trouble. Love you.
So
Bye.
long.